Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. And the lineups are out. It's very interesting. I mean, we were discussing this exact point against RB Leipzig, I think. Will Rico Lewis make this match? And it's and for me actually it's absolutely very interesting because if you look at City's midfield, I mean, is Kovacic gonna hold? Is Kovacic going to hold? That's actually very interesting. It's a brave choice that Pep Guardiola has gone with. That Kovacic is going to hold. But the back four looks very solid. The back four looks absolutely solid. I mean, probably the match could be again, it's Manchester City, and we just think that City will want to dominate the ball even on foreign territory. This is Pep Guardiola. He's done it in the past with his Barcelona teams, Bayern teams, but that is all past. Pep Guardiola is not the same manager that has been at Barcelona or even at Bayern Munich. He's evolved. He's evolved so much. And last season, we've actually seen it that Pep Guardiola doesn't mind to sit back in opposition grounds and play on the counter, and then when the opponent comes to our home ground we tend to hit them for a big score. Leipzig away last season, I know it's a different competition, but Leipzig away last season in the Champions League, what has happened? 1-1 draw at their home, and we destroyed them, I think 6-1 something at the Etihad. The same thing actually, the same thing with against Real Madrid, 1-1 Bernabeu. The same thing. Okay, Bayern Munich game was the other way around, but you just look at the template. Even with Arsenal last time when we faced Arsenal at the Emirates last time, City, I know the score line was 3-1, but it was 1-1 at some point, and but it was actually 1-1 at some point, and it's almost like I think Pep Guardiola has resigned. I wouldn't say resigned, but Pep Guardiola I think has accepted that it's okay to sit back, it's okay to defend. So for me, I think that's why this lineup is very exciting. And Rico Lewis, this is, I mean, people might not realize this. We discussed it a lot against the Leipzig game, but Rico Lewis playing is such an important mark. Whatever be the result, it's such an important mark for the academy because I go back to 2019. February of 2019, don't remember the date, but February of 2019, City lost the round of 16 match against Spurs by a 1 centimeter offside. We were destroyed. And then City had to win the match, Premier League match against the same opposition Spurs on the weekend. We were just 1 point behind Liverpool in that epic title race. What did Pep do? Pep started Phil Foden, and Phil Foden scored a goal in that match. And after that, Phil Foden did not look back in his City career. It's the same thing now with Rico Lewis. You see the similarities there between Rico Lewis and Phil Foden. So I think this is the coming of age of another of our academy products. So I'm very, very happy with it. I'm absolutely delighted with it. Rico Lewis can play those 1-2s, can get at the Arsenal defense. For me, the interesting thing, I mean, I would actually have played Jeremy Doku on a right hand side so that he could target Zinchenko on the left flank. I think if you look at Arsenal's left flank, it's interesting. It's not the quickest. Zinchenko is not the quickest. Trossard is not the quickest. Rice covers a big area, but Rice is not the quickest. So if you see the entire left hand side of Arsenal's defense, I think there are things to be got at. So I'm a little bit surprised that Guardiola hasn't started Jeremy Doku, and he's put Bernardo Silva there, which is an ideal opponent for your someone like a Zinchenko to face because he doesn't have pace. But again, I think Pep Guardiola, I don't know, maybe Pep Guardiola is looking for a bit of control. I don't know because I fully expected Grealish to start for the control, but then I think he put Bernardo Silva in there for the control. So it's going to be an exciting contest tactically. Tactically, it's going to be a very, very exciting contest. And there's no Saka for Arsenal. Interestingly, Martinelli is in the lineup, but there's no Saka for Arsenal, which means again it brings you to the question: Will City squeeze? Will Manchester City squeeze? So I actually do not know if Manchester City will look to squeeze or not because there's no pace in behind for Arsenal. So that is something again which we can actually look at. So there are a couple of intricate elements to this match, to be honest. So it's going to be fascinating how the duel will pan out. Just let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this fascinating duel? I mean, honestly speaking, I'm not as tensed as in the previous seasons. It's not a lack of motivation or something, but the reason is I think when you go on winning things, especially over the last 5 6 years, I think Liverpool fans will know it. But when you go on winning things, I think you know that titles are not decided in September, October, November, even December, or even January. Titles are decided in that running in March, in April. That's why, Game Carragher pointed out very well that Arsenal fans and Arsenal players get too emotional sometimes, drawn into that occasion, and thus they're not able to, you know, cope with the real pressure of the running. They just turn out to be too emotional when the running comes around. So this is going to be a battle of mentality as well. Let's just change the lineup pick. And let's actually make it better, because I think some of it is not visible there. So let's see what we can do over there. Yeah. I mean, the key will be, I think there are two weapons in this match. The key will be when will Martinelli and when will Jeremy Doku be unleashed. That's the key. Those are the key things for me. Because those are the two pacey weapons which Pep Guardiola has got with him, to be honest. I think it's much more better now. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But again, first of all, whatever might happen in this match, it's great again what this Manchester City team has achieved over the last 4 5 6 years. I'm still seeing fans going off on City, like our own fans going on City, like we haven't played well at Newcastle and people are like, oh, why did he start? Why did they start? Why didn't Pep Guardiola start Erling Haaland in a Carabao Cup match? Are you guys serious? You're talking about a team that has won a treble. If any other team wins the treble, you just give them 2 3 years off, and still City have not lost the hunger, they have not lost the mentality, and our own fans are telling that you know, uh, why are you not bloody starting Erling Haaland in a Carabao Cup match? It's a nice sunny day at the Emirates, and it's also a last match before and it's also a last match before the international break. But again, the midfield seems a bit puzzling to me. City's midfield, in the sense that he's gone too attacking, I think. For example, he's gone Kovacic, he's gone Rico Lewis. Can Kovacic hold on his own? Absolutely not. Can Rico Lewis hold on his own? Absolutely not. I actually would have played. I mean, I wouldn't have played, but I thought Matthews Nunes would have come in the place of Mateo Kovacic. But then I just do not know. Because just for the physicality. But then there's one thing with Jorginho holding for Arsenal as well. I think it just balances it out. I think probably Declan Rice could be the only standout figure in both the midfields. I think. Otherwise, I actually suspect the instruction from Pep Guardiola to his defenders will be just just do not go forward. I mean, just stay back as much as possible. Just stay back. There's not a Wolves game. Stay back and probably look to hit Arsenal on the counter. That could be the game plan. We just do not know. We just do not know. They're showing Bakaya Saka on the bench. Obviously, I think Saka would have. Again, I think people have made it a lot about Saka and Martinelli, but then I think we absolutely shut the entire game out of Saka and Martinelli last time, if you remember, in 3 games, in the FA Cup game, in their home leg, and in our home leg. Ake and Akanji, or Ake and Walker, or whoever the combination of the fullbacks played for us, they absolutely shut Saka and Martinelli down. There was nothing coming in from Saka and Martinelli. So So I never thought that was the big problem, but the big problem is obviously the midfield. The big problem is obviously the midfield. For us, no Rodri is there. I mean, the game is a different game if Rodri is there. It does not matter if Saka plays, if Martinelli plays. The game is a different game if Rodri plays. The game is a different game because Rodri is the best DM in the world right now, and with the best DM in the world out, probably think it just balances the game out a bit. And honestly, like I said, whatever has will happen in this game, leagues are not won and leagues are not lost with this game. It's the same. I will not be a hypocrite and tell something when we win and tell another thing when they win. Nasir is here. Hey Nasir, how are you, man? How are you, mate? Hi, long time no here. It's a long time for you, mate. It's a long time that you have not been on the channel. I was wondering because last year I remember through the entire run-in you were here and we were having a bit of banter and stuff. I know you're an Arsenal fan, but it was great fun last time. But this time I don't know why you are not here. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. And do keep coming back to the channel, mate. Because you are having regular watch-alongs. Just do keep coming back to the channel. It's always a pleasure having you. And Nasir, what do you think about the lineups? What do you think about both the lineups and the game in general? David Raya with the kick, Josko Guardiol playing at left back, Kyle Walker at right back, Nathan Ake in centre back position. Edison is just booting it up long. Rico Lewis, one touch football. What do you guys think about Rico Lewis starting in such a big match? It's a signature of go on from Pep Guardiola. I just hope Mateo Kovacic is not caught on the ball like he was against Wolves. That's the only thing. Nathan Ake. So it's Guardiola. It's going to be Guardiola on the left and Kyle Walker on the right. Rico Lewis. This match will bring his development forward by at least 2 to 3 years. That's how much playing in these type of matches will actually help you in your development. Ayan is here. He says, "Hi, Mr. Man City Unplugged. It's my first time here. Thank you so much, Ayan, and glad that you're here. And I really hope that you have a great time here and enjoy the content. It's always a pleasure here discussing everything about City and everything in general, to be fair, about football and stuff. Yasin is here. Hey, Yasin, how are you doing, mate? Even I have not seen you for a long time, Yasin. How are you? Yasin says, have a great time. I'm having a great time, mate. I hope all of you guys as well. Nasir, Ayan, Yasin, you have had a great time. You have had a great weekend as well. I'm just tense, guys. I'm actually just tensed about the match, but not as tensed as last season, but tensed. It's always tense. When I mean, it's no different from City playing Wolves or City playing Arsenal. The tension is actually similar in every match City plays. Nasir says Man City. I'll read it as Man City. Nasir being tongue in cheek. I know you're an Arsenal fan. I know you're an Arsenal fan. Ayan says Tottenham are clear. Shh. By the way, by the way, Ayan, which club do you support? Do you support City or do you support any other club? Do you support Spurs or which club do you support? I know Man City. Sorry, I know Spurs are clear, but this it's not a clear margin, right? Last time by sort of December or January, Arsenal were 10 points clear. It's Foden with a corner. Was it cleared off the line? Ah! Nathan Ake, what a chance! What a chance for City. Iron says Tottenham are on top. This was a great chance. That was a good clearance, but oh, Nathan Ake should have made it 1-0. Nathan Ake should have hit the target. What a chance. Iron's biggest team in the Premier League. Tottenham are on top, but I actually think that it's not by too much of a margin because last time Arsenal were what 10 points clear at January and Arsenal are on the attack now and good defending from Josko Guardiola to be honest. So Arsenal were 10 points clear last time January and still City could catch up. So I do not think what Spurs are what 2-3 points. For example, even if City lose this, Spurs are just 2 points clear, right? So that's not much of a difference, and we have to play Spurs home and away and stuff like that. So it's not much of a difference. That's what I was telling. Yasin says Arsenal are so good. Shame no Indian players in Premier League. Arsenal have a boy called Olad Mir from Asia on the reserve. Hopefully he can play one day. Kova! Yeah, Edison gets the ball. It's actually the same thing, but in the reverse way. We tell here actually, Yasin, when teams like Netherlands are by the way playing in the Cricket World Cup, which has just started. So when teams like Netherlands actually come and play Scotland, Netherlands, they come and play. We tell the same thing. We actually tell the same thing to them as well. Just like you say about football, we say about cricket. So I guess it's the kind of sport that has been prioritized in each country. Cricket is to India just like Brazil is to football. I think you just cannot expect Brazilians to play cricket as much. It's the same thing with Indians and football as well. I know Indian teams are coming out in football and stuff, but I actually think it's not as you know why it's not as much of a quality there because whenever we have a holiday or something here we play cricket on the road, we play cricket with not with the bat but with a stick with whatever we can get, just like Brazilians play football on any muddy ground or whatever. I think so when that happens with football, quality will come with football in India because we are a population of what 120 crores. Yeah, since the Spurs are so bad, I said, oh my gosh, man. Oh, yeah, since the Spurs are so bad, Spurs are actually very courageous. As in, I like the way Spurs came to the Emirates and played their heart out. The courage which they showed, Spurs. So I was impressed with Spurs the way they played at the Emirates. To be honest, we are coming here without probably the two best players in our squad, two best players in the world, in Kevin De Bruyne and the one of three best players in the world in sort of Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, and John Stones. I think so. Erling Haaland almost got to it. Erling Haaland almost got to it. This match is just going end to end. It is crappy. It's going end to end. By the way, guys, do you like this new scoreboard and this thing? It wasn't there the last time you guys were on the stream. So, Rico, it's interesting. The role Rico Lewis is playing is almost playing a second striker to Erling Haaland. It's a great switch to Gabriel Jesus. Josko Guardiola has to cover him 1v1 Gabriel Jesus. That's wonderful defending from Josko Guardiola, to be honest. Excellent defending from Josko Guardiola. Yasin says I got accepted into Arsenal Academy. What have you had on a weekend, Yasin? It's a corner from Martin Odegaard. I just wish that we defend it. I would hate conceding on a set piece, to be honest. It's not fully cleared, but City have got it out. The intensity in this match is actually good. I'll be having a keen eye on Rico Lewis. Yasin says Man City controlling the game so far. What do you think about Rico Lewis, Yasin? That's a good take there from Ben White, and Josko Guardiola does extremely well. City are pushing Arsenal back well, but we should have had the lead. Ball cleared off the line, and that Nathan Ake chance. We should have actually had the lead with that Nathan Ake chance. Two players got offside. It's actually three Arsenal players offside. Yasin says Rico Lewis is so bad. I just don't like him. He's 18 years old, Yasin, and has come from our academy. He's been absolutely superb against Leipzig in the Champions League. He's been a superb find from the academy, to be honest. Phil Foden, the ball bouncing off him. That's a yellow card for Ben White. That's a yellow card for Ben White. That's very good. Jorginho with the yellow card, actually not with Ben White, not Ben White, but they're trying to press Rico Lewis back to Edison, back to Edison, back to Eddie. City have given the ball away. City have given the ball away. I would have loved to have Martinelli for Trossard instead of Trossard there because it's a straight 1v1 battle. Trossard is a bit of a trickery customer, to be fair. That's a ball over the top. Nasir says we are gonna win. Please, guys, just speak about football. Just speak about football, guys. Just speak about football. That's the only thing I would say. Just speak about football. Yasin says you're very good at commentating. Thank you, Yasin. But it would be great if you guys could just keep it at football and nothing else. Rico Lewis with the ball is found Julian Alvarez between the lines. I think for the first time today. It's very good. Now Arsenal are sitting back in their half. Nasir says sorry, I'll talk just about football. Yes, Nasir, that would be great. That would be fantastic actually. Thank you for it. Nathan Ake does well. That's a great touch from Ruben Diaz. Otherwise, it would be very difficult. Kyle Walker does well to retrieve the ball. I don't know what Phil Foden was appealing for, but there's nothing there. I think there's absolutely nothing there. Josko Guardiola does extremely well. Nathan Ake should have scored, to be honest. with a chance in the first half. Arsenal are just stroking the ball around. It's going to be very, very interesting. I'm just always better than Phil Ford, and glad I am, something about football. Instead of, just talking some rubbish. Which team you support, you've not told me. Probably don't support any team then. Uncle Hop on Fortnite. Sorry, I no political discussions and things here. Sorry. Please keep it to football, guys. Please keep it to football. Otherwise, I would have to ask the mods to take some action. Please keep it to football. Because it's just sport. There are very few things left in the world that bond us, right? And sport is one. So just let us keep it to sport. Let us enjoy the sport that is out here. Julian Alvarez, we touched from Julian Alvarez, but Kyle Walker gets in. Ah! Iron says I support Spurs. I'm actually looking forward for City to score their first goal in the Spurs stadium. We have not scored a goal in a new stadium since it's opened since 2019. So just hope that will at least change this time. What a press from Julian Alvarez there. Ah, if that had gone into the goal, it would have just sparked an almighty Arsenal goalkeeping debate over there. Look at the press from Julian Alvarez. Ah, that could have actually gone anywhere. It would have been nice if it would have gone inside the goal, to be honest. Erling Haaland is long due a goal, to be honest. It's a free kick for Oliver. Sorry. Nasir says, are you from India or Bangladesh? Just asking. I'm from India, Nasir. I'm from India. No, and I'll only ban people who are like disrespectful and who talk rubbish other than football. So I don't ban someone for someone doing something to someone in their personal life. That's not how it works here. We're all here to just enjoy football as a community. So that's how it is. Ayan says it's fine. I was anyway not gonna ban Nasir. Come on, he has been in this channel before as well last season throughout the entire run in. So when he because he's an Arsenal fan, whenever City had a match last time, especially after March, he was here. Yeah, thank you, Nasir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Josko Guardiola is like very aggressive. Julian Alvarez. That's a great ball. I thought it was to Phil Foden, but there's no one there. I don't know why he's played the ball there. After this, there'll be no football for 2 weeks, so it's gonna be a bit boring. Nasir is so entertaining. I don't know about entertainment, Nasir, but it's always emotional doing City matches because it's emotional in the sense I just feel whatever be the result, it feels nice doing City matches. That's the only thing. Bernardo is playing in the midfield, so that's ah. Phil Foden almost got to that. Ayan says, "What's your real name?" My name is Mohan. My name is Mohan Ayan. My name is Mohan. It's bypassed Rico Lewis. But seeing Kyle Walker there, Eddie and Nketiah didn't even bother to run. That's not Rico Lewis' fault, but Rico Lewis has been so far. It's been good. It's not been it's not been lost in the game. He's not been lost to the occasion or something like that. Rico Lewis has done all right. Kovacic is doing well as well. He's maybe we rushed him back a bit earlier from injury, but he's doing very well. He's a bit sloppy against Wolves, but he's doing very well. Thing with Rico Lewis is I think he plays one touch football, and maybe Pep wanted him to break that Arsenal's press. Ayan says, "Okay, Mr. Mohan, I have to go eat and I'll be back." Thank you, Ayan. Have a nice weekend. Eat well, sleep well, just have fun in life. That's the most important thing over anything, over the result of this match or whatever might happen in your life. Just have fun. Victory, defeat, anything, just have fun. That's the only thing. That's a great ball there from Rico Lewis. Great ball there from Rico Lewis to find Yasko Guardiol, but Yasko Guardiol couldn't cross it inside. It's a yellow card for Bernardo Silva, but he had to do it. I think he had to do the tactical foul. He had to do the tactical foul, to be honest. Rico Lewis is playing as a two with Haaland. I think he's almost trying to do the role which Kevin De Bruyne did, to be honest. That's a great tackle from Rico Lewis. Again, a great tackle from Kovacic. Look at it. And I think he should have probably played in Haaland. That riskier pass. He should have played in Haaland, to be honest. Arsenal are just not able to create chances, but then you know how it is. This is football. Nasir says, "Do you follow cricket?" Just wondering. I used to follow it, and I still follow it, Nasir, but not as much. Probably, I think 6, 7 years ago, I would just follow cricket like hell. I would follow cricket a lot. I play cricket well as well, so play cricket. I would follow cricket and stuff, but not now anymore. One of my favorite players retired, and that's it. I don't follow it as much. Nasir says we are gonna score first but lose. Ah, Don't know, Nasir. It's tense. It's tense. But we had the best chance, I think, right? With that Ake one, he should have scored. The Nathan Ake one. Gabriel Jesus with the ball out wide. Yasko, Yasko, 1v1. Yasko. It's offside. Gabriel Jesus was offside over there. Gabriel Jesus was offside. He's like telling. Was it offside? I don't know. David Raya has already made a mistake. So, would you take a draw? Nasir, would you take a draw? Gautam is here. Hey Gautam, how are you doing? What do you think of the match? And what do you think of Rico Lewis starting? Because I think we were exactly discussing the same thing, right? On that Leipzig match, I remember. Should Rico Lewis start and stuff? And ah, shit. I thought that went in. I thought that went in. That was a chance for Eddie and Ketia. Ah, mistake. It was a mistake from Ruben Diaz. Mistake from Ruben Diaz. But Gautam, uh, I think Nathanak had the best chance, right? During the first 5 minutes or so. That's a foul. It's a foul on Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis is so fast in manipulating the ball. See, there are four players pressing Rico Lewis, and still they're not doing anything to him. They're doing absolutely nothing to him. So, I mean, I probably thought he would maybe start Doku and play Bernardo Silva in the midfield, but he started Rico Lewis, which is very interesting. Gautam says, yes, we discussed it. Till now, he has performed good. I'm just worried about the lack of chance creation for Haaland, Gautam. How many more games will Haaland have to take in order to score his long due goal, right? Kovacic has been robbed of the ball and Arsenal are attacking now. One on one. And Arsenal take it back, but they're still in possession of the ball. Gautam says Ake's chance was exactly Gautam. It was an easy one. It was an easy one. And Kovacic went in on Odegaard. Was it very bad? Actually, I don't know. But Ake's chance was easy one. Was an easy one. He should have scored. And the thing is, Ben White just cleared the ball off the line as well. I think a few seconds earlier. So Gautam says Haaland needs connection which he had with KDB. Just imagine this, Gautam. We are playing over there now. For God's sake, they are checking a red card. They are checking a possible red card on Mateo Kovacic. I mean, tell them to slow it down. If you slow it down, every challenge seems like a red card. If you slow, when are these fools gonna understand? If you slow it down, every challenge is gonna seem like a red card. Just like in cricket, if you slow it down, every catch is gonna seem like it has touched the grass. That is not a red card for me. I'll be furious here if Kovacic gets a red card. Thank God that's not a red card. So what I was telling is Gautam, we are playing this match without Yeah, it's a yellow, lucky yellow, luckily yellow. What I was telling is we are playing this match without yellow given. Yes, I'm relieved. I'm actually relieved that yellow is given. So we're playing this match without Rodri, without Kevin De Bruyne, without John Stones, which is almost like the three will be in the top 10 players in the top 5 players in the world in sort of their position. De Bruyne is the best, Rodri is the best, John Stones is definitely in the top 5 best centre backs in the world. What is that flick? I just don't understand. And I think Kovacic should be very careful. Gabriel Jesus is down now. Yasko Guardiola and Kovacic. This team is just physically, it's just dominating Arsenal, right? This team is just dominating Arsenal physically. The challenge on Odegaard, this challenge on Gabriel Jesus, they were failed challenges. Okay, with Kovacic, it's been given a yellow, but this challenge on Gabriel Jesus was very fair. City are slowly transitioning into that physical team, which is absolutely great to be fair. And the linesman did not even give a free kick. Trossard and Odegaard with the free kick. And Edison catches it. City in the last 10-15 minutes, we have just not played, right? We have just not played football in their half. It's all been in our half. It's a throw in for City. So I think we need to create chances. The first 20 minutes belong to us. Then the last 10, 12 minutes sort of are belonging to them. So Erling Haaland did extremely well there. Kyle Walker is in. Ah, Gautam says, I think we are missing wing attacks. Doku needed. But Gautam, don't you think we lose that control if Doku is there? I probably would bring Doku on with maybe last 15-20 minutes to go and just leave him, unleash him on Zinchenko. Just unleash him on Zinchenko. Arsenal are just trying to press high. They're trying to press high. I think this KDB would have just enjoyed this game. That's a good long ball, and Erling Haaland's in. Erling Haaland should be in. Erling Haaland's in. He's played to Julian Alvarez. Alvarez just couldn't get over it. Just him, Alvarez, long range strike. I would not blame him for taking that long range strike on, but just look at it. This is, I think, what is Pep Guardiola's plan. Look at it. Haaland, ball over the top. Haaland getting it. Julian Alvarez with the second run. You can't blame Alvarez for taking a shot from outside the box after what he did against Wolves. Okay, we didn't win that, but after what he did against Leipzig, and he definitely won us the match there. What a wonderful goal that was. So West Ham hit the post. Alvarez has been fantastic from long range. There are actually debates on a few of City's social media forums on Reddit and stuff that when KDB comes back, who should take our set pieces? Will it be should be Alvarez or KDB? That's a very interesting conundrum to have. They're asking for a second yellow. They're asking for a second yellow on Mateo Kovacic, but Michael Oliver has not given it. Mateo Kovacic is, I'm getting worried, Gautam, about Mateo Kovacic is getting so aggressive in these tackles. He is borderline. He's just borderline. If the referee gives a yellow here, no one would have opposed it. It's just borderline. It's just borderline. Mateo Kovacic is working on thin ice here. Absolute thin ice, to be honest. Ah, it's a corner for Arsenal. Should have been a goal kick, but it's a corner for Arsenal. That's a foul. That's a foul on Gabriel Jesus. City corner. But looking at how Jasko Guardiola has played, I think we don't lose that Wolves match if we play with him in the team. He just would have had Pedro Neto in the pocket. And I mean, I don't blame Natanake as well, because at some he is also a human being, in at some point of time in his life he will be having those sort of bad days in the office. It can happen to anyone, because Natanake last season defended one on one against Saka absolutely well in both the matches, home and away, and in the FA Cup as well. He defended absolutely well against. He was fantastic against people like Rodrigo, against Kingsley Coman, against Leroy Sané. So, so I mean, it was just a bad day for Natanake, and we just lost the match. Ha! City get the ball back. Ha! Erling Haaland. Arsenal are on the attack now. They're actually ending the half strongly, and Josko Guardiola does extremely well there. That's an Arsenal throw, but Josko Guardiola has been a beast, right? 21 years of age. If you see him, you'll think he's 31 years and a veteran who's playing with that beard and stuff. He is an experienced veteran, but no, it just seems that Walker, Josko Guardiola defense just. Ruben Diaz is in fact surprisingly the one who's looked the most shaky for me. Ake has had a superb game again. Rico Lewis. Ah, that's a foul. Oh no, it's not a foul probably, but what a ball from Rico Lewis there to find Erling Haaland. This has been an absorbing contest. Phil Foden. Nathaniel Rico Lewis does extremely well. There's a counter on for City. There's a counter on for City. Erling Haaland. He should have played in Rico Lewis probably, but it's tactically been a very engrossing match to be honest. And Michael Oliver, to his credit, has let it flow. Bernardo Silva, Nathan Ake. Mateo Kovacic, Phil Foden. His Phil Foden's played in Josko Guardiola Josko. Ah, was a chance, was a chance. This is excellent play there. Phil Foden, Josko Guardiola, good cross in from Josko Guardiola, to be honest. Excellent cross from Josko Guardiola, to be honest. Erling Haaland should have got on the end of it. I don't know how, but goalkeeper cannot do any. Ah, it's just gone onto the pony of Erling Haaland. Ah, Gotham, it's just, I don't know why it's just not working for Erling Haaland. That's the thing. But the cross, the play was excellent, right? Ford and Josko Guardiola. I don't know how that understanding is there, but that understanding just looks superb already. Josko Guardiola takes no risk. There's no time in the match at all, and yet it seems like Rico Lewis is the only player who is getting time. That just tells you about the kind of positional play that Rico Lewis has actually gotten him. His ability to occupy positions, his ability to find space. It's just superb. We are taking risks at the back. It's Bernardo Silva coming back and is taking the ball. The last 3 minutes plus added time in this half. Gautam says somehow I always feel like we lack a playmaker, and yet Gautam, if you open the Premier League website and see the highest assists, you'll find a certain City player called as Julian Alvarez there, and yeah, without KDB that is true. But I think Alvarez is that kind of a playmaker. He could be. It's just that I think we need to give him a little bit more time. Actually, Rico Lewis could actually develop as that playmaker. Even in this match, I've not seen anyone have time on the ball, and yet it looks as if Rico Lewis in the tight midfield is suddenly is having time and space. He's able, even if 3-4 players are pressing him, is able to have time and space. The last time I've seen a player have that much time and space is David Silva. The intelligence of Rico Lewis is just superb. Mateo Kovacic. I think we need to target that Zinchenko side even more. But the good thing is we're not allowed Zinchenko to venture forward, which means we're not allowed Arsenal to create as much. There's an Arsenal break on. This is almost at half time. So almost at half time. It will be such a bad time to concede a goal. This is at half time. This is the stroke of half time. City have done well defensively, but Erling come back and help. Erling come back and help. No one's tracking the overlap of Ben White there. He's offside. Eddie Nketiah is offside. He should not have come back. He was offside. There were so many options for Arsenal. He was way, way offside there. It's 2 minutes of added time. It's been an engrossing half. It's been an enthralling half. It's been a tense half, I must say. And probably I think we should have been ahead. Ake's chance was probably the best chance of the match and an easy one. I don't remember Arsenal creating any chances this half, to be honest. Zero chances. It's an Arsenal free kick. Phil Foden there doing his best to stop the counter attack. To be fair, tactical foul on Gabriel as this half dawns to a close, just like the sun is setting at the Emirates Stadium. Juan Malila and Pep Guardiola indulge in discussion. Wow, having Pep Guardiola and Juan Malilo there, both in discussion must be a treat, must be an absolute treat, be honest. It's a city throw, and I think that will be that in the half. Gautam says Nunez in for Kovacic and Doku in for Bernardo. I think Gautam actually Bernardo Silva is doing a very very important role. He's going to the centre backs and he's taking the ball from the centre backs and stuff. And then he's coming. Can Doku do that job? Hell no. I do not think anyone in this team can do that job. Even sometimes Rodri finds it difficult. Rodri is the best DM in the world, and he finds it difficult to take the ball under pressure from you know three, four people, and Bernardo can do that. So I think that's why Bernardo is in there. The role of Bernardo is actually very, very important. I don't think you'll see Jeremy Doku in early. I think except I don't think anyone deserved to be. I don't think anyone deserved to be. Oh, they're showing that Ake chance. He should have scored. He should have clearly scored. The big debate is going to be about that second yellow actually, but I think that didn't warrant a second yellow. I mean, it was a yellow card, but if Kovacic didn't get a yellow card, it was a yellow card. But when you're already on a yellow, the same rules of a yellow don't apply for a second yellow. The referees give a bit more lenience when they're considering the second yellow because referees do not want to kill off the game for the crowd, everyone who's watching and all. Because a team goes down to 10 men and the game's killed off. A man should be sent off if it's done wrong, but you can't give a second yellow for that thing on Kovacic. You just can't give it. Just can't give that second yellow to be fair. Vishal says Kovacic is so lucky to be on the pitch. Such incompetency or or clearly bribed. It's VAR checked it, Vishal. It's a refereeing decision because then last time against Wolves, Hong Wei Sean scored against us. Hong Wei Sean was a straight red. He starts up challenged Jeremy Doku, I think, onto the chest. We lost 3 points there. So can we have the 3 points? Everyone is losing it in the Premier League. It's not that one team is doing it. Last match against Wolves, Hong Wei Sean scored the winner and he shouldn't be on the pitch. Straight red. VAR didn't do it. Gautam says Doku will play at the wing. Nunez will play Bernardo. Foden can play. I don't think Nunez can play that Bernardo Silva role. Vishal says if it was says if it was Rice, you think you'd be saying the same thing. Vishal says the first yellow itself is debatable. That could be a red on the other day. That's the thing, Vishal. I can't. That's why I'm not a referee. I can't officiate this match clearly, right? I'll always officiate this match with a bit of a. I won't be too biased, but I'll always have that blue tinted eye as well, making the decision. I'll always have that favoritism over City. So it's the same thing. I expect you also to do the same thing. But if there's something clearly wrong, yes, I'll say it's clearly wrong. But for me, that second yellow was a second yellow in any offense. But since Kovacic was already on a first yellow, I thought Michael Oliver just thought that it should be a bit more. There should have been a bit more stuff in that challenge to give a second yellow. That's what Michael Oliver thought. Again, if the referee had given a second yellow, hold my hands up and accept it. Since he did not give the second yellow, I'm just telling my point of view. If he gives the second yellow, I accept it. But since the referee did not give, my reasoning is that maybe he did not have that much of a push on the second challenge to warrant a second yellow. Vishal says what you should be saying is that was a red, but it's the inconsistency is always the problem, Vishal. But that first one is not a red. That was not a straight red. That was a yellow. The first one is not a straight red. That was a yellow. That was between a yellow and a red. Okay, I'll tell this. That was between a yellow and a red, right? That was between a that was between a yellow and a red. I'll give you that. That was between a yellow and a red. The referee could have gone either way. If the referee went red, maybe. But that was between a yellow and a red. I'll say that the first challenge. It was between a yellow and a red. Vishal says we will get an apology if City win. I don't think I don't think that's a straight red where the referee just goes and he raises it. That's not a straight red. That's between a yellow and a red. It's an ember. So if it's an ember, it's on the referee. It's that decision of that straight red card for Kovacic is almost like that penalty, right? It's one of those things that if the referee gives the penalty, VAR doesn't overturn it, and if the referee doesn't, then VAR overturns it. So for me, it was between a yellow and a red, and if it was a red, I would say fair enough. Since it's not given, that's it. JSK says get Kovacic out. By the way, JSK, how did Rico Lewis play? How did Rico Lewis play? Vishal says we will get an apology if City win. I don't think that is an apology. I don't think that is. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. My point of view is first red is between a yellow and a red that I was saying. The second red is the second yellow is since it was the first yellow, the referee didn't give the second yellow because he didn't think the challenge warranted a second yellow. Since he was on a first yellow, the first yellow and the second yellow things are not judged in the same way, to be honest. To get a second yellow from a first yellow, the harshness needs to be a bit more high. I think that's what we need to understand. JSK says fair, but this is not ready for a high intensity match yet. By the way, nice to see you, Vishal. Nice to see you after a long time, actually. How are you enjoying the season? I, I know the refereeing and everything is shit here. I know the refereeing has been very inconsistent, and like you said, actually, if this was a neutral match, probably I would be saying this. So yeah. But what is your view on the title race so far, Vishal? What do you think? Are Spurs genuine challengers, or what do you think? Are Liverpool genuine challengers? What do you think? JSK is fair, but he's not ready for a high intensity match yet. I thought he was good. He was good, JSK, because Rico Lewis found space in a match. There was no space in a match where Odegaard, Julian Alvarez, everyone everyone were struggling to find space. I think Rico Lewis found space, and it was through the use of his mind. It was through the use of his this thing intelligence. They're just showing the second yellow card here. I'll just Is it a straight red? Let us see that they're actually showing the. Like I said, the more I see it, I mean, just don't let the slow mode fool you, because if you see every challenge on the slow mode, you will see that in every challenge, the stud is on the ankle, but I think it's borderline yellow and a red. It's amber, so then it depends on the referee. I just cannot say anything. I can actually understand where Vishal was coming from, because maybe if this happened to a City player and Rice did it, I would react differently. But let us see the second yellow challenge. I don't know, the more I see it in close mode, let me see it in the close mode here. Yeah, I just think since he was on the first yellow, the referee didn't give it. Otherwise, that was a yellow at, at every other time. So, I don't know. JSK says, and why my boy Doku is not playing and Alvarez is playing as a winger. Doku is not playing JSK because he just does not have control. He loses the ball and Arsenal will hit you on a counter. Sumant is here. Hey Sumant, how are you doing? Sumant, have your view about the card as well. JSK says it was a red NGL. JSK, just don't let the slow mode fool you. Just I mean I think it was between a yellow and a red. It wasn't a straight bang on red. It wasn't a straight bang on red, because if you see things in the slow mode, every challenge will seem like a red challenge. So I don't think that was a straight red. It was it was between a yellow and a red. That's what I would say. It was between a yellow and a red. Maybe my city bias is maybe my bias is letting me right towards it. By the way, Sumant Gautam, let me know about that red card. Actually, we have an Arsenal fan here, Vishal as well. He is telling it's a red. It was a straight red, and first is a straight red and the second yellow is the same thing. So Gautam, let me know your this thing as well. Then we'll come on to Deserby, because we'll discuss on the list of managers as well. For JSK, he said it was a red. For me, it was between a yellow and a red, because I judge challenges in real time and not in the slow mode. Because just like cricket, if you see it in the slow mode, every catch will seem like it's hitting the grass, which is not the case, right? So same. I thought it was between a yellow and a red actually. So it was an amber. JSK says red, which I don't agree, but again, opinions are opinions. Maybe I'm a bit biased with towards City. I don't know. JSK says Curtis Jones got sent off exactly for the same tackle. And there was a lot of debate about it, JSK as well. A lot of Liverpool fans and everyone were telling, if you see it in the slow mode, that's what Klopp said as well. If you see it in the slow mode, that's how it seems. I thought the Curtis Jones one wasn't a red as well, to be honest. It wasn't a red. The Curtis Jones one wasn't a red at all. The Curtis Jones one wasn't a red at all. Because if you see it in real time, then I think it's Curtis Jones one was definitely not a red. JSK Curtis Jones one was definitely not a red, because Curtis Jones went to play the ball. There was a ball to be won and both of them went, and Curtis Jones tackle just carried him. Curtis Jones one was definitely not a red. At least if Curtis Jones one is a red, they should be double red actually, because the Kovacic was nowhere near the ball as well here. So that Curtis Jones one was never a red. For me, this was between Ember and a red, because he had the challenge and the control, to be fair. Suman says the position of the tackle is important here. That is true, Suman. What is your verdict, Suman? By the way, what is your verdict, Suman? Gautam says latest news. Deserby on the on the top list of City if Pep leaves. Tarun says hello. Tarun says, is Pep gonna leave City? I not now, Tarun. Not now, Tarun. His contract ends next year. His contract ends next year. Yes, his contract ends next year. He has a 2 year extension, right? If I'm not wrong. So I think he will actually see off his see of his contract, and then I actually have two options, and we have to plan at least a year early, right? For a coach, that is how City is. That is how Kaltun Al Mubarak, Ferran Soriano, Tixiki Pakarastan, everyone is. We plan early, so 1 year early, because we have seen how hard succession plans can be. United, it's been a decade, nothing's happened. Arsenal, it's been a decade, nothing's happened almost, right? Since Wenger's gone and stuff. So succession planning with Spurs, the same thing. Pochettino went. It's been how many years? I know Spurs anyway don't win shit, but yeah, Chelsea has been a debacle. So everywhere you see, it's been a hell since managers have left to replace them. So City will look at least 1 year ahead. Gautam's is not a red for me, not being biased for a direct red. The impact and position of the player is important. If Odegaard was on a counter with an open chance 1v1, it might be red. Exactly, exactly, Gautam, exactly. And also Suman said it perfectly when he said the position of the tackle is so important. I didn't just get it there, but now I get it because he I think the difference between the Curtis Jones one and this one is I think Curtis Jones went almost straight on. If there was a ball to be won and bang, both of them went and the stats were high and Curtis Jones were late. But I think this one, Declan Rice was here and Kovacic was almost from the side. He hit the tackle on the side like this. So I think the position of the tackle is so important, and it is not, serious play or something. Suman says we cannot argue about other teams because the referees are different, situations are different. So many matches City are robbed. Suman says yellow is good. Previous match, Suman, previous match is an example against Wolves. Hong Wei Chan scored against Wolves. So sorry, Hong Wei Chan scored for Wolves the second goal, and he literally did a karate kick, and not even a yellow was given to him. Forget red. So yeah, different matches are different, but like Gautam and Suman said, both are spot on. The context of the tackle is also important. Is it a counter attack which Kovacic is stopping? Is it, serious foul play endangering the opponent? The first thing is it serious foul play endangering the opponent? The answer is no. So for me, it's not a straight red. Tarun says, could Ancelotti come to City as his contract is also expiring next year? Do you think it's possible? No, no, Tarun, no, Tarun, never. I don't think Ancelotti is coming. I don't think Ancelotti is coming because City, I think, if you look at how City has operated since Pep, especially, since City actually are now at, I know Mancini, Pellegrini are different because the plan was to get Pep. But I think the plan at City is always to, the way our academy is going and all, to build a dynasty. And to build a dynasty, you need an emperor who is there for at least 5 to 10 years. He can't go in 3 years, 4 years. They should be there for minimum 6, 7, 8, at least 10 years. So I think City will go for De Zerbi. I think De Zerbi honestly could give you 20 years at City. How old is De Zerbi? I don't think De Zerbi is 45, 46. I think De Zerbi is not older than that. He could literally give you 10, 20 years at City. He could match the records of Ferguson, I think. I know that's too much to say right now, but that's how of an impact De Zerbi could be. But my two opinions are, I would have. I mean, this is a controversial one. See, I wanted three people. This was a discussion 2, 3 years back. Okay, we were having a discussion on this channel regarding the same thing, but I would want three people. I had three people on my list: Roberto De Zerbi, Graham Potter, and Mikel Arteta. I think Dan De Zerbi was not there, but if you ask me, it's Roberto De Zerbi, Mikel Arteta, and Graham Potter. Now Arteta has gone to Arsenal; he probably won't come. I think there are two options: Roberto De Zerbi and Graham Potter. I know Potter's failed at Chelsea and all, but I think Potter is a damn, damn, damn talented manager. I think he would do very well at City, to be honest. Alvarez is just going in on David Raya, to be honest. Tarun says, oh, JSK says, no, he's off to Brazil. Gautam Ancelotti going to Brazil. Okay, I mean, what are your views on the shortlist of managers? What do you guys think? Do you only want De Zerbi or is there any name? For me, it's De Zerbi and Potter are the two names. And probably if there's any other manager, I don't know. City have lost the ball there. Arsenal are on an attack. We'll just discuss it after this attack is gone. Martinelli is on, like Suman says. Thank you, Suman, for that. I've not realized this, but Martinelli is on. For whom, Suman? Can you just tell it to us for whom Martinelli is on for whom? Is it a straight swap between Martinelli and Trossard? It has to be. That's a goal cake for City. Yes, it's on for Trossard. But look at Martinelli there. But Kyle Walker against Martinelli, I just think that need to back Kyle Walker. For me, Vinicius Jr. is the best winger in the world right now, and Kyle Walker had him in his pocket not once but twice. Okay, Vinicius Jr. scored a goal, but generally Walker's had him in his pocket. JS is all I can say is Pep won't manage any other club. JS is after City. Will Pep, Tarun says, will Pep ever manage Spain? I think that is the next plan. People were telling Pep might manage Brazil, but now Ancelotti is going to Brazil, so I don't think that's actually a possibility. Arsenal are just on the attack. They've just come out with so much energy. That's a free kick for City. JSK says, Suman Trossard, thank you. I just seen it. Yeah, it's Trossard. Mikel Arteta is explaining something on the tactical screen. I mean, he's discussing it with his tactical analyst. JSK says, just get handsy flick. Roberto De Zerbi for me, JSK. Roberto De Zerbi for me. The way he has Brighton playing football with those players. Just imagine you give him world class players like De Bruyne, Rodri, Jeremy Doku. Look what he's done to Mitoma. It would be fantastic. Edison has collected the ball there. So, City under pressure in the first 3 minutes. We are under pressure. City under pressure, to be honest. I'm just getting worried about Kovacic. Gautam says De Zerbi, Hansi Flick, Nagelsmann. Terrence's idea to become rich, marry a Brazilian woman, have 10 kids, and sell them off to Real Madrid. Reddit memes are. But the problem comes, Tarun, when you cannot sell them on to Real Madrid and these 10 kids don't become something. Then what are you gonna do? That's wonderful defending there again. And Arsenal have another corner. Arsenal are just on the ascendancy. Reddit memes are just next level, Tarun, and also there's this group called as r slash soccer in Reddit, and that is one of the most biased group towards City I have ever seen. That r slash soccer group. Just go there when City win, you can just see them all cry salty tears and nothing else. Odegaard with the chance, probably he should have scored, I don't know, but there was a foul on Edison there. There was a foul on Edison anyway. Yes, Gabriel had was there with the foul on Edison. City are just not able to keep hold of the ball in this half end. Ha! That was a chance for Martinelli. Chance after chance after chance, guys, for Arsenal. He's just not able to deal with this Arsenal team right now. I'm getting worried. I'm getting worried a lot. Tarun says, man, I feel like Kovacic isn't playing that well, but I think he'll improve. Though he was okay in the first half, Tarun, but that also could be because Kovacic is on a yellow card and he just narrowly missed the referee giving him second yellow. I think everything is playing up on his brain. We are missing Rodri that much. There's no control at all. That's what I also feel, Gautam. It's time to bring in Doku now because he can at least push back Arsenal. Otherwise, we are going nowhere with these attacks. To be honest. We are just not able to keep hold of the ball at all. It's Arsenal. I mean, if you check the position stats, I think it will be, I think it will be 90-10, something like that, in favor of Arsenal in this first 6 minutes. And Arsenal have had chances as well. Martinelli with one. It's not as, I mean, no one has had as clear cut a chance like Nathan Ake, right? Arsenal are just able to play through a midfield like it doesn't exist. How are they able to pass through a midfield so easily? I think you need a Matthews Nunez now in the midfield just for the defensive cover. Tarun says next transfer window they gotta sign a new midfielder like a playmaker. Florian Wirtz or a Paqueta, Tarun. Florian Wirtz and or a Paqueta. You're gonna get one of them. I think it's Florian Wirtz. I think if Bernardo Silva leaves, we can get both. City are building something here. We're building something here. To be honest, Suman says don't know why so many misplaced passes from City. There's something that has tactically changed. There's something that has tactically changed, Sumant, in the second half. Pep Guardiola needs to respond. Arteta has moved his pieces, and Pep Guardiola has to respond. City are getting done with the press and stuff. Pep Guardiola has to respond. Because the first half was quite balanced, and the second half, I don't know why Arsenal are just able to press City so well. I think Mikel Arteta has just tweaked the pressing structure a bit for Arsenal. Tarun says Silva won't leave at least this season. Also, is Stones injured? Stones is recovered from injury, Tarun, but he's just not fit enough to start. He's on the bench. He was in the bench against Leipzig. He's on the bench now. I think he starts after the international break. Be honest. Look at the pressing. Look at the pressing of Arsenal. There, Foden's got the ball, and the press is just And Foden's got the ball back now. There's nowhere to pass for City. And City have the ball now. Is there a counter attack on? Rico Lewis is with the ball. And Rico Lewis goes there and scores, but I think the whistle has gone. Everyone is just arguing about it. Gautam says go. But the referee has blown his whistle, right, Gautam? The referee has blown his whistle, right? Has the referee blown his whistle? He has blown his whistle. I know. That's a free kick. Julian Alvarez. Why is Julian Alvarez not there? But the hell is Phil Foden standing over it? I don't know. I mean, why are all these shitty free kick takers on it? Rico Lewis, Kyle Walker, Phil Foden. Tarun says also, what do you think is the problem with PSG? They got rid of world class players with a world class coach. There is chemistry too. I don't know what is wrong with them. I think now they'll be all right, Tarun. Now they'll be all right. It's just that there were too many egos there, not tracking back, not doing the defensive work and all of that. Now that okay, there's Mbappe, but I think Mbappe will be gone next season. Their recruitment is actually well PSG. If you just look at their recruitment, Tarun, it's you see the defense. There is Lucas Hernandez, Milan Skriniar, Hakimi, and Marquinhos is the defense. The midfield is very balanced with Vitinha, Manuel Ugarte, and Manuel Ugarte and stuff. So and Warren's there, Emery, 17-year-old. So I think it's if they add Bernardo Silva, PSG to that midfield with an attack of Kolumuani, Gonzalo Ramos, Osman Dembele, Kylian Mbappe, that team is could be a world class team. Kyle Walker is under pressure. Erling Haaland as well. Julian Alvarez, there's a pass out there on the right. Yes. Josko Guardiol goes in. Josko Guardiol goes in. Ah. Kyle Walker tried to hit it, but he just saw that there was no chance of hitting it. Bernardo Silva, Nathan Ake. If only we had Doku there for that chance which Josko Guardiol had to run at the Arsenal defense. City now having the ball for a period. Erling Haaland with a poor touch and the pressure is relieved. Kabil Kulane says, I don't like City. Then you're at the wrong place, mate. You're at the wrong place. You're at the wrong place, mate. Kabil, you're at the wrong place. Just go and do something else, right? Why do you want to be in a place which you don't like? Do something else. No one's forcing you. Tarun says, what happened to Asensio? He's at PSG, Tarun. I hope. See, the problem is PSG are having many attacking players, so I don't think Asensio is getting a chance. But I actually thought Asensio had waited too long at Real Madrid before he has made the move to PSG. I think Asensio 2 3 years earlier was an absolute beast. Asensio was a very good player. I just think he's waited too long at Real Madrid playing second fiddle to players like Vinicius Junior and stuff, Rodrigo and all of the stuff. So even when Bale was there, Asensio was very good. So I hope things work out for him at PSG. But even at PSG now he's competing with Mbappe, Kulumuani and stuff, and I don't think he gets in. Vinay says we are not playing with wingers, but Vinay, we are not playing with control as well, right? Don't you think if Doku comes, there will be no control at all? There'll be absolutely no control at all. Because turnovers are gonna actually be, and who are you gonna replace Doku with? That's the big problem, to be honest. Because you can't replace either Bernardo or Foden because both of them are coming into midfield and doing stuff. Arsenal are on the attack. Suman says Rico and Bernardo should switch places for extra space. I don't think Sumant Rico can do the role Bernardo is doing. That's the thing. Bernardo is going to the centre backs as well and he's collecting the ball. So I do not think this is tense. I'm just feeling so tense. We are just not. Vinay says sideways back passes. And Vinay, the thing is, we have the best sideways and back passer on the bench. At least we should bring him on. I think instead of Foden, bring Grealish on. Then he can do the sideways back passes very well. Arsenal are on the attack here. Block, block, block. Julian, block. Kyle, win your 1v1, win your 1v1. Mark Ben White, Julian. It's a corner for Arsenal. That was so close. Tarun says we can replace Doku with Grealish. Grealish is just Grealish is in the subs, Tarun. Uh, and Doku is in the subs, Tarun, by the way. Ayan says is Nasir on Yasin still here? No, Ayan, they've gone, they've gone. It's been a while, they've gone. I just can't see this. Clear the bloody corner! Phil! Ah, I just can't. I just can't watch this, guys. Vinay says this is helping Arsenal. We are doing nothing. Vinay, do you guys think we are playing for a draw? Do you guys think we are playing for a draw here? Is this the classic Pep Guardiola tactic? Because last season, towards the end, we have seen Leipzig away, Madrid away, Bayern away to an extent. He has always preferred to, play a little within ourselves and stuff. Tarun says, no, I meant hypothetically. Okay. I get it. I get the joke now. Actually, it's both of them are in the bench. I know. I got it, Tarun. Got it. I'm just tense. I'm just a bit tense here. No, because there's so much time left in the match. Sumant says, actually, I'm not feeling tense, but boards. I know, Sumant, I know. Matthews Nunez is coming on. And Jeremy Doku is coming on. Cheers. Cheers to everyone on here. Jeremy Doku is coming on in the place of Matthews Nunez. Pep Guardiola is going to go for it, I think. There's only one wish for Pep Guardiola. Just put Jeremy Doku. Gautam, we need to put Jeremy Doku on Alexander Zinchenko. Screw the man. There's plenty of space up front. Julian Alvarez with space. Phil Foden, there's this. Erling. That's a rubbish ball. I don't know who played that rubbish ball. What a rubbish ball. What a rubbish ball when we were on the attack. Who's on the far side? Is it Kovacic? Is it Kovacic who's played that? No, it's Josko Guardiola, I think. He played it with his weak foot, I can understand, but that was a rubbish ball. Bernardo Silva, Ben Diaz, Bernardo Silva. That's a corner for City. Finally, a good piece of play. And I think City will make the substitution, I think. It's interesting who goes off. That is interesting for me. Who goes off, that is interesting, to be honest. Who goes off is very, very interesting for me. It's a corner and City have been shit at set pieces. That was a good set piece, to be honest. Run. Yes. For a moment, I was worried that the ball would lob over Ederson and go into a goal. But I don't know. It's still, there's so much time in the match, right? 25 more minutes time in the match. I just don't know. Rico Lewis. Bernardo Silva. The fact that Bernardo Silva is almost playing as a third centre back, it just tells you about Kovacic with the ball. Kovacic has been invisible in this half to the referee. Rico Lewis. Great ball. It's an Arsenal throw. And the substitution. Wow, it's interesting. Ah, there is no Jeremy Doku, guys. Or has the Jeremy Doku substitution been made? No, right? There is no Jeremy Doku. It's John Stones and Matthews Nunez who's coming on. There is no. Ah, yeah, Jeremy Doku is also coming on. So it's a triple substitution. This is interesting. John Stones is coming on. Kovacic is out. Rico Lewis is out. Maybe Bernard. Maybe I don't know which winger will be out. I absolutely have no this thing. Maybe Foden will be out. Like see those substitutions to be fair. This is interesting. What do you guys think about this? He's removed Julian Alvarez. He's removed Julian Alvarez. And we know that Julian Alvarez could actually score from long range. What has Pep done? What has Pep done, guys? He's removed Julian Alvarez to be fair. He's removed Julian Alvarez. Wow. Yeah, exactly, Gautam. I don't understand this. Because Julian Alvarez can change matches out of nothing, right? Leipzig, West Ham, he hit the bar and things like that. Jeremy Doku, give the ball to Jeremy. Yes. Jeremy Doku one on one. Ah, couldn't do anything. So John Stones is coming into midfield, I think. Now, what a pass from John Stones. Jeremy Doku. Nathan, pass it. Ah, for a moment, I thought they would lose the ball there because we saw in the North London derby what has happened on both sides. Mistakes on pressing the ball. So, good spell of possession for us, but we need to make it count. Ah, John Stones had given the ball away. Shit. Was it John Stones who gave the ball away? I don't know. I'm quiet, but I'm quiet because I'm a bit tense. Jeremy Doku already in his first two touches has produced more than we have done in the entire 70 minutes of the match. That's a foul by Kyle Walker on Gabriel Martinelli. City have given Arsenal physically today, I think. City have been physically imposing on Arsenal, to be honest. Interesting. He's bringing Thomas Partey on, Tomiyasu on, so there's a couple of changes for Arsenal as well. It's very interesting. Gautam says Havertz comes in. Not against us, Gautam. No, we haven't had a good this thing with Harvard's. Stones is doing well, right? Stones is playing that Rodri role extremely well. That's the problem with Jeremy Doku. Look at it, City have lost the ball. I think Pep could not have taken that risk, at least at this part of Jeremy Doku's career. I think that's a bit of a difference between Vinicius Junior and Jeremy Doku. Vinicius Junior, I think he knows how to use the ball. That's the level which Jeremy Doku has to go with, in a way, go to in a way to get to the next level. Walker did extremely well there. Wonderful defending from Kyle Walker. He's defended two people at once. Kyle, there's a pass on in front of you. Why do you want to go back? Is Jack Grealish bloody giving training to everyone on the training pitch to play backward passes? I just don't know. And Matthews Nunes, everyone is bloody passing back. Everyone is passing back. Is Jack Grealish taking personal classes or what after the training sessions? That's a good ball in Jeremy Doku now on the left hand side. He's against Ben White, one on one. Jeremy, drive. That's a corner. I didn't know when Jeremy Doku has just switched those wings. There's something they're planning, I think, especially Josko Guardiola. Let's see this corner. First of all, we are shit at set pieces, so interesting. Matthews Nunez is taking this corner. They must have seen something in training. Again, a shit set piece. For all of this, why didn't we buy James Ward-Prowse? Martin Odegaard is trying some shots from range. That's why I wanted Julian Alvarez. Alvarez hasn't tried a single shot from range today. Is Declan Rice going to go? That's the big question here because Thomas Partey is, oh, Zinchenko is going. I think Thomas Partey is going to play as fullback against Jeremy Doku. Okay, Tomiyasu is going to play as fullback against Jeremy Doku. Eddie Nketiah is going. And Jorginho is going. Okay, he's kept on Declan Rice. Jorginho, Zinchenko, and Nketiah are going. In comes Tomiyasu, Partey, and Fabio Vieira and Kai Havertz actually. Like people in the chat were pointing out. Arteta is throwing literally everything he has at his disposal, to be honest. I don't know who plays a blind crossfield pass like that. Put a tackle in, for God's sake. Put a tackle in for God's sake. Well done, Jeremy Doku, but not completely. It's a throw in for Arsenal. It's a corner for Arsenal. It's an in swinger. Bloody corners that I hate. Jeremy Doku does well, but it's Jeremy, clear it. And the referee is given the decision in Arsenal's favour. Anurag says, sorry, you're in the stream. I've just forgotten. That's all right, mate. Nothing's going City's way, especially in this last. Suman says, this is not what I have expected. They're playing from box to box, not in the box. Also, such a boring game. Superb, Suman, superb. I don't know how you're. Give me some tips because I'm just not able to watch this match without any nerves. Give me some tips. Honestly, I want some tips for you. Phil Foden one on one. Sport Freaks says, chill man, City will. No. City fans don't chill. That's a foul on Jeremy Doku. I think they should just bring. What do you think, Sumant? Should they bring Grealish on and close out the game, or what do you do? Or do you bring Oscar Bob to explore that little spaces? I don't think he'll throw Oscar Bob in this in such tight game. You look at it. Someone's actually spot on when he said playing box to box. Matthews Nunes, what the hell are you doing, mate? Has done well eventually, but that is such a risky phase of play, to be honest. But yeah, Sumant, tell me, what would you actually bring on Jack Grealish and close out the game, or what do you do? Or just continue like this? That is excellently intercepted there. Matthews Nunes is doing exceedingly well, to be honest. Stones and Nunes have actually changed the complexion, to be honest. I think the balance is much better than. Michael Iziri says, tell them they shouldn't be annoyed. Annoyed with what, mate? Could you please provide us with the context? I think it's just a spam. Sumant says Alvarez could have stayed and Haaland could have been sub. No role for Haaland. Exactly, Sumant. I was surprised. See, at this point didn't come in my mind, but honestly, I thought Alvarez can play long shots and stuff. Alvarez can score long shots and stuff and a lot, but I just think Jeremy Doku. So Alvarez, Sumant, you're exactly spot on here because Alvarez could have pressed. Alvarez is defensively better than Haaland. Alvarez can drop back. He can previewed that defensive structure. Alvarez can take set pieces, free kicks, score from long ranges, and just finishing wise, I don't think there's much difference between Haaland and Alvarez. I think Haaland and Alvarez are number one and number two finishers in world football at this moment. Phil Foden losing the ball in the midfield. That's very well done, but Bernardo Silva. But I just think, Suman, the only thing why Pep left Haaland is, I think, for the flick-ons. A long ball from Ederson, flick-on from Haaland, and probably someone like Matthews Nunes, not Foden, but Matthews Nunes can run on and score. Or John Stones has come, so long ball from John Stones, and probably something like that, I think. Nathan Ake. That's foul in City's favor. Suman says CDMs and defenses are playing this game. It's almost like that chess, right, Suman? Where you have all the pawns and you have the front piece is playing in the back and the king and the queen just sitting. Very tense. You have to tell the secret to me, Suman. How are you watching it without nerves? Have to let me know the secret today. And that too, this is before the international break as well, to be honest. I don't know why that was a clear foul on Doku, and I don't know why Michael Oliver has not given it. Well done by Josko Guardiola. He's had a fantastic game today, Josko Guardiola, to be honest. Gabriel Martinelli is doing all of these flicks and stuff. Doku did well, but it's still an Arsenal throw. We're just not able to get out, guys. You're just not able to get out. Is it going to be a penalty or what? Ake has got the ball. Ake has got the ball, to be honest. Ake has got the ball. Yes. Players restarted. Just have a glass of water and be back. Gautam, there's no penalty. Breath of fresh air. Gautam, breath of fresh air. But someone put it perfectly there, right? CDMs are defenses and CDMs and defenses are playing the game. It could almost be like the rooks and camels are playing this game. The rooks and pawns are playing this game in a chess context, to be honest. Ah! Arsenal have scored. Arsenal have scored. Woo! Shit, Arsenal have scored. It's 1-0 to Arsenal. It's the thing that we didn't want to happen, and shit. It's Gabriel Martinelli with the goal as well. Was it a deflection? I think it's an own goal, to be honest. It was a deflection, I think, to be fair. Yes, it's a deflection. It's a deflection of Natanake. It's a deflection of Natanake. Otherwise, Ederson was saving it. It was a deflection of Natanake. How unlucky does Natanake get every time? It's a deflection of Natanake. It's a deflection of Natanake. It's a Natanake own goal, to be honest. The referee is not giving any fouls as well now. What the hell? Arsenal are now playing within themselves. That was an unlucky goal against the run of play. It was a Natanake own goal, no deflection, and nothing would have happened, to be honest. Since says Arsenal scored, I know, mate. Arsenal scored. Actually, it was an own goal. I know they won't give own goal, but it was a deflection. One chance. Can we get one chance? That's the only thing. Tarun is absolutely pathetic. It is lucky, Tarun. If there was no deflection, I think Edison saves that. There's no deflection, Edison saves that. Stroke of luck for Natanake, that's the only thing. We'll have to accept it. But anyway, like I said, league is not won with this or league is not lost with this. And Arsenal, even if the result stays like this, Arsenal will be what 2 points ahead of us, which is nothing. And we have a game in hand on them. So Jeremy Doku, can he fashion something? He can't. This could serve as motivation for City to go on and kick on this season, because after winning the treble, what can motivate you? Suman says City disaster class today. Tarun says, but I have to face the wrath of my friends. Last season was a treble, Tarun. Last season was a treble. What can Arsenal fans say? No trophy in the last 20 years? No Premier League in the last 20 years, where we have got what, 6, 7 Premier Leagues in the last 10 years? 4 in 5, 5 in 6. So, doesn't matter one match, but yeah, no chances created, nothing. That is true, Suman. That is true. I think Pep Guardiola went for a draw. Just think Pep Guardiola went for a draw, and deflections, they happen in football. You just can't. It's a City throw, and Gabriel Jesus has had a kick on his back. I think Gabriel Jesus, both of them have a yellow card. So Tarun says, well, City will have to bounce back. When is KDB returning? Is it house for? Is he out for half of the season? City will bounce back. City will bounce back, Tarun. There's no doubt about it. City will bounce back. To be honest, City will bounce back. It's just that, we cannot expect this team to win every match. I know we have not been good in this match and stuff, but I know we have not been good in this match and all, but yeah. But I think for a team that has won a treble last season, won pretty much everything, an iconic achievement in English football, in world football, I think you'll have to give certain leeways. You have to give certain leeways. So loss could be hard to take, but then to be honest, there's nothing that Arsenal have showed that they are way above us or something like that. It's just they won with a deflected goal, and that's all. But anyway, if it remains the same, then it's congratulations, Arsenal, and move on, because this result doesn't decide the destiny of the title. It's 2 points. It's just 2 points. It's just 2 points the difference, and well done, Arsenal. Congratulations to Arsenal. That's the only thing I would say. And we move on to the next fixture. We move on to the next fixture with that. It's a Natanake own goal that has decided it. I mean, it was Natanake's deflection, but both the teams pretty much balanced each other out, so it had to be. I mean, it's strange, right, guys? It's strange, right? With Arsenal, Community Shield, it was a Akanji deflected goal. Now it's from Natanake, but whatever it is, but whatever it is, when whatever it is, just say congratulations to the opponent when they play well and just move on. That's what I would say, because from this game, there's nothing much to take away. I know we haven't been good attacking wise, not many chances created, but you know why? Because Pep Guardiola went for a draw here. Pep Guardiola went for a draw at the Emirates, to be honest. And the end, we should have probably got a draw. It was just unlucky that we did not get a draw. So both the defenses cancelled out, like Sumant was telling. So I think neither of the both the teams were pretty much equal. It was just that one moment which settled it. So congratulations to Arsenal, and we move on to the next match after the sin. And Arsenal are now 2 points ahead of us. They're 3 points ahead of Liverpool. They're tied with Tottenham, so it's actually pretty close. We have Brighton after the international break, so that could be something which is something we could look forward to. So that could be interesting. That could be very interesting. Look at Pep Guardiola there. You can see the hurt in his eyes. You can see that he's not. He could just be thinking so much in this international break. I don't see too much we did wrong apart from, and we'll have to say that we have been not playing. We've been playing without Rodri and KDB here. So, and anyway, I think you can look at this fixture in a way that we have the home leg next. I mean March or whatever, which means we have the chance to control the title race if we are in the title race there. So second international break, and to be honest, I'm happy how the season has gone till now. Happy how the season has gone till now. There's some scuffle there, there's some fight there. There's some fight there. When I says Wolves and Arsenal, we deserve to lose. Freaking dead chance creation. Pep will have to figure out the chance creating thing. When I Pep will have to figure out that. Probably, I think I don't know. Probably I don't know. I just without KDB, how do you do that? Do you give that number? The problem here is, I think it's not working when both Alvarez and Foden are playing there the same spot. I think do you give that spot to Alvarez or do you give that spot to Foden, for example? In a sense, Foden midfield is a mid. That the problem is Foden is good in midfield, but the thing is not being given that midfield spot. You see, Alvarez is playing there for. Foden wants to play central midfield. I mean, central attacking midfield, but Alvarez is being given that spot, whereas Foden is having to cut in from the right or the left, as he did today, for example, from the left to actually play there. So play in the midfield, which is not what Foden does well. So I think it's going to be one of Alvarez and Foden, and Haaland has not been in his best of form as well. We'll have to realize. So there are issues, there are problems which we have to solve before the international break. But when have there not been problems? When have there not been problems? Last season against Tottenham, there have been problems. I mean, after we lost to Tottenham 1-0 by the exact score line at their home in the North London Stadium, January the end, we were gone, we were shit, no one were giving us a chance, and still we bounced back. No one was giving us a chance. Bounce back. Last season, do you remember? Exactly the same time. We lost to Liverpool 1-0. Mo Salah, Joao Cancelo mistake. Mo Salah goes and scores a goal. We were nowhere. We were, what, 7 points, 8 points of Arsenal then or something like that. And now we are bloody 2 points. So so I think there's nothing left. But then that thing when the one thing that hurts is if we had won against Wolves, it would not have mattered even if we would have lost this match because we could still be on the top of the table. So everyone will be celebrating today. Everyone will be celebrating today that the Premier League thing is back. The Premier League thing is back and all of that stuff. But City, we are City, and we know how to bounce back. It's just that we need to be strong. And this situation is not at all scarier when compared to the situation last time. January the 31st, Cancelo gone on the last day, 115 charges, no 10 points of Arsenal. It seemed as if we were out of the Carabao Cup. It seemed that as if we were winning shit. It seemed that we were not winning anything back then. And what did we go on and do? We did a treble achievement that has never been done before. I mean, it has only been done once in English Premier League history before. So I actually think this defeat is nothing if you look at the points table. It's absolutely nothing. Edison was committed there. Edison was committed. They're showing the goal back, but Edison was committed. You just cannot do anything there. When I say 6 points dropped, I have to face it. When I have to face it, I know 6 points dropped, but the fact is we are just 2 points behind it. The fact here is City can go on a 15 match run, 16 match run. Can Arsenal go on a 16 match run? We do not know. Arsenal themselves do not know, and Arsenal have the Champions League as well. So there are a lot and 2 points is nothing at this stage. Sydney says City out of ideas. What say? Well, City want to make the Premier League interesting, but on a lighter part, yes, City are out of ideas. I do agree, City are out of ideas. But when have we not been out of ideas at the beginning of the season? Guys, every season, look at every season how it has started. Last season, the season before, how did the first half of the season go? Pep is clueless, City is clueless. How did the first half of last season go? Grealish on one wing, Grealish on one wing, Mahrez on the other wing. Boring football. Fans were singing boring, boring football. When Cancelo was occupying Jack Grealish spaces, Haaland and KDB were not able to get on the same page. We lost to Brentford 2-1. We were losing to Crystal Palace on all of the shit. What happened last season? The season before, we lost to Crystal Palace home and away. We were shit in the first half. 2018-19 season, I think we were 8 points behind Liverpool when Liverpool played us at the Etihad. We were 8 points behind Liverpool when they played us at the Etihad. What happened? We won that season, right? We won the title that season. So I think this is how City is. Just have to accept it. That's the thing. That's how we work actually. Vinay says Foden needs to step up without KDB. I think Vinay is actually not being given that role to himself. Alvarez is occupying that role. Alvarez is actually occupying that role, Vinay. But I think Pep made a mistake in this match removing Alvarez. I think he should have removed Haaland and kept Alvarez on because Alvarez could have driven us up front. Vinay says bloody Paqueta got the allegations. Otherwise, he was KDB replacement. That is true, Vinay. He would have bloody dominated this match. Bloody Lucas Paqueta and Erling Haaland would have destroyed Arsenal today with that flicks. Haaland flick, Paqueta goal, Paqueta flick, Haaland goal. Paqueta would have got the physicality and everything in the midfield. So Sydney says if there is no replacement for KDB, then City will be always out of ideas. Sydney, if you're talking about ideas, let us talk about the assist maker. Who is the highest assist maker in this Premier League season? If you can just open up the Premier League website and if you can look at the highest assist maker, it's Julian Alvarez. I think City have two people in the top five or top six in terms of assist makers. Who is the highest goal scorer? It's Erling Haaland still, I think. And Julian Alvarez is still at the top, maybe with Pedro Neto. So, in that sense, you could not say City were without ideas. But today, can't you say even Arsenal were without ideas? The goal happened not because Odegaard opened City up. The goal happened because it was a bloody deflection. It was a bloody deflection. That could happen anytime, anywhere. It was a bloody deflection. It's a football match. And talking about ideas, Chinny, talking about ideas, Martin Odegaard. Well, I have been having Martin Odegaard in my bloody fantasy team and is not giving me points for ages. How many chances did Martin Odegaard create this season? He's created less chances than Phil Foden. How many assists does Martin Odegaard have? I don't even think he has 2 to 3 assists or any more than that. So today's game was because of a deflection. I'll say congratulations Arsenal, well done, but the fact is Ake deflection. Community Shield, the fact is Ake deflection. Here the fact is Ake deflection, and City will be hungry. City will now go on from here. City will be very very hungry. Look at Pep Guardiola there. Mikel Arteta has woken up City. He does not know what is coming onto him. Uh, Mikel Arteta he might just regret waking up City right now. Vinay says Pep removed Alvarez. He was clueless. But when Alvarez was offering you that defensive, that pressing thing, right? Okay, Vinay, two things. What did Haaland offer? Alvarez was offering you the defensive structure. Alvarez was offering the things, but Haaland was not offering even that. Haaland today did not do anything. Vinay says two deflected goals, 2 wins. They won't have a chance at the Etihad. We will make sure of that, Vinay. We will make sure. We will make sure we go on a run from now on. I think Pep Guardiola. I mean, there needed to be some sort of a motivating thing after that treble win, after that 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6 Premier League titles. How do you motivate the team? I think these are the moments that you can use to motivate the team. I mean, fans can easily forget the value of winning so many titles, and we can expect City to want to win every time they step on the pitch. But you know, After all, there are humans playing there, and things will happen. This is a game of football. Things will happen. So, and it's not as bad as it seems. Like last season, that's what I was telling. 8 points off, 7 points off, 18, 19, 8 points off of the top. Last season, 8, 10 points with 10 games to go. Man United 11, 12. I think we were 8 points behind with 5 matches to go. Company scores in the derby. So you look at the history of whenever Pellegrini, Gerrard slipped, we were 6 points behind Liverpool, I think, with 3 matches to go or something like that. Ridiculous. So all of City's title wins have actually come from far more bigger deficits, and it just 2-0 this thing. Chini says it's not about the assists, it's about the game management. But if there was KDB, the game would have been totally different. That's what I feel. Chini, I think even more than KDB, Chini, I think even more than KDB, I actually think Rodri was the main this thing. Rodri would have controlled that game better. You know what happened? The game was like Suman said. I'll come to that point again and again. He said the game was played between both the defenses and CDMs, and both the defenses and the midfields. So if Rodri, there was no one boss in that midfield. The midfield, I felt the midfield and defenses cancelled each other out. So there was no boss in that midfield, and Rodri was the boss in that midfield. See, with Rodri, City would have had physicality as well. You miss the physicality of Rodri. Rodri has a long shot threat. Rodri can shift the ball well with those diagonals and all of so I mean literally you're missing the best CDM in the world. And Rodri, he's been the best CDM for the last 2-3 years. So I think it's more than Kevin De Bruyne. I think it's Rodri who we have actually missed. Vinay says bloody Pep purposely loses games so someone can. And also I think Vinay, if you look at how Pep Guardiola has won his titles, keep the Centurions thing apart from the Centurions thing, if you look at how Pep Guardiola has won his titles right from 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, how he has won the titles, all of the titles, you see that we have always been chasing a team. Pep never likes to be in front. I remember the 1920 2021 season as well, right? Pep Guardiola was, we were 10 points clear in January and City dropped 10 points and Liverpool were there and it was head to head, head to head. We were chasing Liverpool and it actually finished like that. So I actually think Pep likes City to chase. Maybe it could be the motivation or something like that. I don't know. Vishal is here. Hey Vishal, congratulations. By the way, Vishal is an Arsenal fan. Congratulations, Vishal. Well done. Well done on your victory. Enjoy the victory, mate. Enjoy the victory. That's what I would say. When I says, but to be honest, we have lost significant amount of standard without KDB and Gundo. You had to move on, I think, Vinay. With Gundogan, people say what? I mean, he should have stayed one more season. City should have kept him for one more season and stuff. But honestly, I think Vinay, we had to move on at some time or the other. And honestly, I think Lucas Paqueta was the replacement of KDB, was the replacement of Gundogan. Paqueta could do what a KDB did, what a Gundogan did. Paqueta could do any role. He could play on the left, he could play on the right, and we agreed a deal with him almost 90 million pounds and stuff. So Lucas Paqueta. So for me, Lucas Paqueta deal did it hurt us? And also I think we'll have to remember that Jeremy Doku is settling in. You have to remember Julian Alvarez is settling in new role. He's not had this role in the past. KDB is not there. Rodri was not there for this match. So so it's just that Josko Guardiola is settling in. So there are people settling in. I think we'll have to accept that fact. Rico Lewis is settling in. By the way, Rico Lewis was very good, I would say. Rico Lewis was very good. Vishal says karma came back to bite you. How did karma came back to bite us, Vishal? Come on. Manchester United have done a double. Manchester United always win against us every season at least once. Last season they won at Old Trafford. The season before they won once and against under Ole they won. I think they did a double over us. How does that matter? Because at the end of the day, trophies those matter, right? How, and I think Arsenal have won against City at the Emirates for the first time since 2015. So that is 8 years. That is 15 matches. So law of averages was bound to catch up. You guys will have to get a deflection. I mean, something would have to happen. So karma never came to bite us. Karma, you can say that karma came to bite you if you won the trophy or something like that. Where are your trophies? That's the only thing I would ask. Where are the trophies? So that's an unfair comment. I'm sitting here and telling congratulations Arsenal. We move on, and we were discussing about the City thing. So that's an unfair comment. I would say karma came back to bite you and all. We did not referee the match. We did not tell the referee to give those decisions. So it's not in our hands that the referee doesn't show a second yellow or something like that. Vinay says I would rather be chasing than be chased. Chasing just lifts all of these people up. Chasing is something else for the City team. Chasing is something else. Chini says without Rodri, they've defended the game, but there is no attacking threat from City. Just look, City has hardly 4 or 5 shots and only one on target. That is the thing, Chini. I think that's a very good comment you have put out. But then that's the thing I think, Chini, about Rodri. Rodri, he links defense with attack. Today, City were defending well. Then there is Haaland, Alvarez, Foden, Doku, okay, Bernardo. There has been no link. Kovacic was not able to switch the play. How many diagonals did Kovacic play today? Because the strength of Kovacic is playing balls through the middle. The strength of Kovacic is playing those line breaking passes. Whereas what Rodri does, he picks up the ball, he shifts the ball here, shifts the ball there, diagonals to the wing. What do diagonals to the wing do? Diagonals to the wing, they spread the opposition defense because they bring the wingers 1v1. That is what City have not been able to do today without Rodri. And in each and every 50-50 today, Arsenal have won, and with Rodri in their City would have won each and every 50-50. Most of the 50-50s. Vishal says Rico Lewis was amazing, man. Also, Alvarez off was the wrong decision. True, Vishal, true. Vishal says Rico Lewis was amazing, man. Also, Alvarez was the wrong decision. That is absolutely right, Vishal. Good that you recognized it. I think Rico Lewis at 18 years of age, he was very good. I thought this was the best one-touch football I've seen someone play in a City shirt. Not everywhere in a City shirt since David Silva, in the sense his one-touch passing, he gets the ball, passes. He still has a lot to learn, lot to improve. So, and Alvarez offers wrong because Haaland was absolutely not offering anything. Charles says, man, Kovacic should have been sent off. That is the correct outcome, nothing else. Maybe Vishali should have been sent off, but yeah, refereeing is not in our hands. Like I said, Hong Wei Shan should have been sent off for Wolves, and like you said, I agree with you. The last time, what you said, that inconsistencies, referees have been inconsistent. So I will not be a hypocrite sitting here and say that is a correct decision which Michael Oliver has made. No, I think refereeing has been inconsistent. VAR has been inconsistent. So refereeing standards have to improve. I think let us settle on that after a good tactical game rather than blaming each other over the card. Vishal says that comment from me was wrongly timed. My bad. To be honest, it's the referees that were shocking. Yes. Yes, Vishal. Thank you for that again. Thank you for putting out this comment as well. Thank you for that. And like I said again, congratulations to Vishal and congratulations to the Arsenal fans for the victory. Enjoy it. But one thing remember is we will be back. We will be back chasing you. We will be back in the title race. We will be back with a huge roar. We'll be back with a huge roar. Chinny says fair play for Rico. Good that fans of all other clubs are recognizing Rico's talent as well. He did. At the, when I say seeing this, rivals will target more on Rodri. But when I don't you think that Rico could solve, and others can chip in as well? Don't you guys think Rico could solve our creativity problem? Do you think that Rico has the ability in him to create those chances in the midfield? His vision is very good. One thing I observed about Rico is today and also in the Leipzig game more. Rico made the first goal in the Leipzig game, but he makes those late runs into the box just like a Gundogan does. That too at 18 years of age. He recognizes the space. So I actually think Pep Guardiola could play Rico Lewis more. I just do not know. But I think Pep Guardiola has to search for a system where Jeremy Doku starts regularly. where Phil Foden is given the central midfield role, but where do you play Alvarez then? Probably, I think Pep should such a system where Alvarez plays in a 4-4-2, almost near Erling Haaland, than in a midfield role. Pep needs to search for a system. Pep needs to search for a system. Otherwise, it's not going to work like this. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for joining me. Everyone here, thank you all for the wonderful comments. It's been wonderful chatting with you all, and congratulations to Arsenal fans. I know I've said this, but when a rival wins, I'll say congrats. Just game of football, 90 minutes. When the game is over, you just shake your hands, congrats, and then go on, and then move on to the next game, then move on to the next game, and we will be back in the title race. We have Pep has a lot to ponder about in the international break. He will do it, and it's not new for City. 11, 12, 14, 13, 14, 17, 18, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23. Each and every time we have won the titles in the last decade, we have come chasing from behind. So Premier League title race is maybe going to be exciting. We are 2 points off the top, 2 points off the top after this defeat. But yeah, Chinny says they're just a thought caught on mind. Why Calvin is not trusted by Pep? Shani, Calvin Phillips was played against what was the game? What was the game? Was it Wolves? I think. Yeah, I think Newcastle was the game where Calvin Phillips. Yeah. I'll get back to Calvin Phillips. I think Calvin Phillips started against Newcastle. Rodri suspended. Carabao Cup game Newcastle. Rodri suspended, and I thought this is it for Calvin Phillips. You know what the problem is? I actually observed Calvin Phillips. uh, Chini, I think the problem with Calvin Phillips is he cannot play in small spaces. When Calvin Phillips is not press resistant, when you press Calvin Phillips, just like Arsenal were pressing today in the midfield, he loses the ball. Calvin Phillips is actually Calvin Phillips can play the role of a Sofian Amrabat at United, if I can put it to you, like someone beside a Casemiro. So Calvin Phillips can do that role. So that is why Pep is not trusting Calvin Phillips to play in the place of Rodri. You can ask why is Calvin Phillips then not playing beside Rodri, because then we have much better players than Calvin Phillips to play there. Matthews, Nunez, and stuff actually. So Matthews, Nunez, Kovacic, even Rico Lewis, Julian Alvarez, for example, all of them are better players than Calvin Phillips if you have to play a box-to-box role. But Calvin Phillips was bought to play as a single DM, and is not a single DM, to be honest. He is not a single DM. He cannot pass that ball. I mean, sorry, he cannot play on the press. When he's overcrowded, he loses the ball, and you can see today how much it was hanging on a single thread. The turnovers in these matches are just ruthless. If your DM does a mistake, it's most often a goal. Jorginho, North London Derby, caught on the ball, goal. That's how huge it is in these matches actually. So and my one regret today is City didn't go for it. If City went for it, if City made it an end-to-end game, I just think City might have got something from it, but Pep Guardiola maybe wanted a draw. Pep Guardiola, you can't judge Pep Guardiola at the first part of the season, because you know what Pep Guardiola has learned at Bayern Munich, he's learned a little at Barcelona, but mostly at Bayern Munich. Pep Guardiola has Pep Guardiola has actually learned that you need to peak at the right time. You know, with Bayern, he used to win the league by January, and then the Champions League's over. So I think peaking at the right time is so important, especially in these title races in England. So I think this is a template for every season. Pep Guardiola, Pep Guardiola, he experiments in the first half of the season, and then in the second half, he has a set team. Last season, you didn't know what the team was in the first half, but in the second half of the season from February, Pep Guardiola, you could say who Pep Guardiola wanted as his front three. Grealish, Haaland, Bernardo, Rodri, KDB and Gundogan in the midfield. Ake, Diaz, Stones, Akanji. You could, Ederson goalkeeper. You could just say what his team is. But whereas in the first half he was experimenting. So this is how it went. So I think that's the only thing. Arjun says third straight loss in England by, but I know Carabao Cup one loss didn't bother much about it because we won so many of the Carabao Cups. But against Wolves and here actually I just I just think that it's a bad phase we were going on, and don't and I just don't want fans to tell me that, especially City fans to tell me that we have not been through this. 2018-19 December we lost to Leicester, and then we lost to another team, and we fell behind 7 points behind Liverpool, behind that Liverpool team which just lost one team, behind that Liverpool team which won the Champions League, and still we went on and won the title with 98 points. So things are possible. Things are possible. Just believe, and I think we can come back stronger after the international break. The real Premier League starts after the international break. Just go on, and thanks a lot, guys, again for joining me. It's been a pleasure chatting with all of you, and it's been wonderful comments. Comments have been very good, and once again, congratulations to Arsenal and its fans. And enjoy the weekend. I mean, enjoy the Sunday.